Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a brand new series on my channel that I am calling Poshmark Pro Tips. Many of you may have seen that a few videos ago I did a very big closet clean out, and this is something that I like to do every spring and fall. And in cleaning out my closet, inevitably there are a lot of things that I always like to get rid of. For me, something over the past few years that I have found very lucrative, a great side hustle, and also a great way to declutter my wardrobe is Poshmark. Poshmark is a great app to use both for selling your items and for shopping as well. So it works for both. You can use it just to shop, or you can use it to sell your items. And this series is primarily going to be targeted at those who are wanting to sell on the app. That is what I do. I have purchased a few times here and there, but my expertise is definitely in selling on the platform. So that's what I want to be sharing with you guys. Now, this video is not sponsored by Poshmark. This is genuinely just something that I have personally used over the past few years to create a bit of a side hustle, bring in some extra income, and it has proven to be very rewarding so far. In fact, over the years, I have used this app so much that I have gained the status of Poshmark Ambassador, which we can get into that a little bit towards the end of this video, but I wanted to come on here and share kind of my process and a bunch of my tips, and this is going to be a long series because there is so much that I've learned about Poshmark over, I think I've been using it like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 years now. And I know when I was first getting started, I turned to YouTube to figure out the best ways to list items and the quickest way I could make sales and how to market myself and all of those type of things. So I just want to put all of the stuff that I know into one series on here that you can turn to in case you are brand new to Poshmark or you're just looking for some tips to improve your Poshmark wardrobe. So let's just, without further ado, get into Poshmark Pro Tips Part 1. So I thought a good starting place for this series would be to talk about listing your items, setting up your closet, getting it in the place where you can sell. So first and foremost, of course, you are going to need to gather everything that you are wanting to sell. A great way to do this is to do a closet cleanse, see what you want to get rid of, what you want to donate, what you want to keep, all of that. I will link my closet cleanse video right up here for you guys. I just did one. This is a great starting point if you don't know what you want to sell yet. So step 1, gather your items. Once I know what I'm going to be selling, I get it all into a pile and then I grab 2 hangers. I like to make sure they're matching. It's not required, but these are going to be used to display your items on the app. So we're going to grab a tops hanger and a bottoms hanger. I personally use all black velvet hangers. Just as a general tip, even outside of Poshmark, having cohesive hangers and having a full set of hangers really makes your closet just look so much better, so much more cohesive, and much easier on the eyes. So if you have a bunch of mismatched random hangers, I would definitely recommend upgrading to a full set of uniform hangers. But for Poshmark, we're just gonna need 2, a top and a bottoms hanger. So from here, I like to start this whole process by taking photographs of my items. I go through everything I'm going to sell and just take all the pictures for everything. I also like to go in categories so that I'm just using the same hanger for all of my items. This is just something I do to help keep myself organized, and I find that it keeps things moving along quickly. Because time is of the essence. You want to spend as little time as possible going through all of this. Time is money, right? So first and foremost, if you're shooting on an iPhone, go ahead and set your camera to square mode. Poshmark lists items in square format, so this is just going to give you a sneak peek at what it's actually going to look like on the app. So take care of a few steps, make sure it looks good in square mode here, and then you're going to take pictures both of flat lays and of hung items. So flat lays, in case you don't know, are just where you lay a piece of clothing out flat on a surface. So that can be your floor, your bed, whatever. I only do flat lays with bottoms and bras, swimsuits, accessories, and shoes. So anything that looks kind of weird hung up, I'll do a flat lay, but that's it. You can see here how I set up my flat lays for bottoms, because that is what I use them for the most. But other than that, things really tend to look better if they are hung. So I would never recommend doing a flat lay with a shirt or anything like that. It just looks a bit unprofessional in my opinion. So I will go ahead and hang my shirts. I will also hang any bottoms that I'm selling. I just won't make that the display picture because I feel like bottoms look a little bit weird when they are hung up, but it is still good to give that visual to your sellers as well. So when I'm taking pictures, I make sure to take a photo of the front of the item, the back of the item, and as well if it has like a zipper or a drawstring, any of that. And most importantly, take a picture of the size tag. This is so important so that your seller knows exactly the size that you are selling them, and any of the other instructions that are shown on the size tag. Sometimes care instructions are on there, all of that, so definitely take a picture of that. Apart from the actual item, you're definitely going to want to make sure that your background is uniform. This is going to make it so that your closet is cohesive after you've uploaded everything. It's not super busy, and the pieces that you're selling are the main focal point that your seller's eyes are drawn to, which is very important. I like to pick 2 locations. For me currently, the items that I do hang, I hang them on top of my door right behind me. It's not the best hanging location I've ever had. I'll insert some pictures of past apartments I've lived in where it's been a much cleaner background or a more aesthetic background, but it works. You got to work with what you have, right? So just make sure that it's clean and it stays uniform between all the pictures. So I'll hang my items there, and then I don't like the floor color in my current apartment, so any flat lays I will just do on top of my bed. Just make sure everything looks clean and neat and organized. And finally, in terms of taking pictures, make sure you are taking good, clear pictures. So I like to turn the HDR on my camera. Your pictures are ultimately what's going to determine whether your item sells or not. So you really want to make sure it looks clean and neat. If you want, you can even go in and adjust things like the exposure, saturation, things of that nature to enhance the picture a little bit, bring out the natural colors and whatnot. Just make sure that you're not modifying it to where the item that you're posting pictures of doesn't represent the actual item that the seller would be getting, because that can lead to some trouble down the line. So that's everything in terms of how I take my pictures. So I will move through everything that I'm selling. Like I said, just take pictures of everything. Then once that is all done, I move on to creating the text descriptions for my listings. About a year ago, I just created a template in my notes app that includes all the different categories of things that I could be selling and what to include for the description, so that I just can quickly copy and paste and then fill in the information accordingly. And you don't need this, it just, again, it makes it go quicker, and time is of the essence. You don't want to spend more time than you have to doing this. And I will say that the more you list on Poshmark, the quicker it goes. So this can be very time consuming, especially when you're just first starting and kind of getting your bearings, getting the hang of it. It can take a while and it's not that much fun. But once you do it more and once you get a system down that works for you, it does go a lot quicker. So I'll go in and copy and paste from my template whatever category I'm working on. Again, I like to go by categories just as I did with the pictures. And then I will create a new note for that day with all of the listings that I am posting. So here you can see we are starting with this misguided shirt. I will go in, copy, paste, and then list all the measurement information. So definitely put as much detail into this as you can. It really helps your buyer, but it also helps to cover your ass in case anyone should open up a case against you once they receive the item. We'll go over cases in a future video. I'm not going to be able to fit it in here, but I have a bunch of tips on how to make sure you're good should anyone open up a complaint or try to get their money back, because there are some shady people on Poshmark. I will say that, and you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself and protecting your coin. So definitely put as much measurement information in the description as you can. Shirts, I just list out the size. As you can see, for pants, I will do inseam, which is just the measurement from the hem to the crotch, and then I'll do rise, which is the measurement from the crotch to the top of the waistband, and then I will do the waist measurement as well. So I'll just measure what it is flat and double it. In the past, I've added things like leg opening, thigh circumference, things like that, but that never really seemed to matter. So I think those three are the most important, as well as the tag size. Dresses, you're also going to want to do a measurement from the hem of the dress to the shoulders just to get a total length. It's very helpful. I also, as you can see, have a specific formula, I guess you could call it, for the title of my item. I like to put the brand name in all caps and then a line and then somewhat describe the item by the side of it. That's totally unique to me. You can come up with whatever you want to do. That's just something I like. It kind of gives a fun aesthetic to my closet. So from here, we can get into actually listing your items on the app. You're first, of course, going to start by opening up the Poshmark app. Click on sell, and then you're going to upload your pictures. So you're just going to go in and select the photos that you want as your display ones. I never bother with anything like the filters or the cropping that Poshmark allows you to do that in the app. I just upload them directly from my camera roll because we already made sure that they were in square mode and they looked good to go, and did any editing or photo retouching, relighting that we needed to do before we uploaded them, right? So then once you have your pictures selected for the listing, I like to go in back to that list that we created for today, and I will just copy and paste everything from the individual listing. So the title, description, and then the sizing and any additional description notes that I have for this item. We'll copy that from our notes app and then paste it into the Poshmark description. So paste the whole thing there. And then you're going to cut the title and then paste the title in the title portion. It's a little confusing, but that's just the way it works within the app because there are character limits. From there, you're going to go ahead and fill in all of the measurement information. Definitely make sure to tag the brand in the listing because this helps people find your item and gives it a more likely chance that it will sell. On Poshmark, you can search for items by specific brands, and so when you tag the brand, that's going to give you more exposure. So definitely do that. You can also mark whether or not the item is new with tags. So if you do have something that's new with tags, like I do with these Kappa pants here, definitely be sure to disclose that in the listing because people love getting discounts on brand new items. You can also put that information in the description note as well, like I did with these. And then once you have all of your information input, you're just going to go ahead, click next, and then list. And congratulations, you have your very first Poshmark listing. So that is how I set up all of my listings. That's how I organize my closet. You can list as much or as little as you like on the app. If I'm deep in selling mode, like I'm in the rhythm of it, I like to have at least about 15 different listings at a time on rotation just so I can keep pumping them out, keep getting sales, and keep the cycle going. You can also adjust the settings on your profile so that you have what's called a seller's discount. So for me, I have mine set to 15% off if you have 3 or more items in a bundle that you're purchasing. So that just encourages people to buy more from you to get that discount, which is great. So you can absolutely add that. That works the best when you do have a good handful of things in your closet that people can buy, but know that that's something that can entice buyers as well. If it is just for something like a closet cleanse like I did the other day, I won't worry about it as much. I'm just trying to get rid of specific items. That concludes how to list your items and how to get your closet started on Poshmark. I really hope this video was helpful for you guys. Again, this is just part 1. I have so much more information to share, so if this was helpful, if you did enjoy it, and you want to learn more about how to use Poshmark, definitely subscribe down below, because like I said, I'm going to be putting out quite a few more of these videos. Also be sure to give this one a like if you did enjoy it. If you found any useful tips and tricks in here, good luck to those of you who are just starting out on Poshmark, and if you are already a seasoned pro, continuous good luck to you as well. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!